How are we doing, ladies and gentlemen? Your boy I Am Viking here, and today we are going to break down my favorite things about the specific classes in the Mass Effect 3 multiplayer. So first thing we're going to look at is the Adept. Now the Adept is going to be one of my favorite classes, and that is going to be right here, this guy right here, the human male with the biotic whips. Super awesome, super fun, and let me kind of break it down for you real quick and show you how I have him set up. Alright, so this is my level 18 human male Adept. He's going to have some of my favorite powers in the game. Lash being really amazing. Latch the biotic field onto enemies and jerk them towards you, doing massive damage in the process. Also Smash, which is unreal. You whip out 2 biotic whips and completely annihilate everything. So drives Lash into the ground, causes an area of effect damage and devastating direct damage. And then I do have a little bit into Singularity, which is creates a sphere of dark energy and traps and dangles enemy caught in this field. And then I also will have some boosted into the the Phoenix training portion of it, which is more weapon damage, more power, more strength, things of this nature. So let's just the first things I would spec into would be my Smash and my Lash. So let's just take a look at Smash real quick. Alright, so on Smash, the first 3, you don't really have any options on that. It's going to be pretty mandatory what you have to pick because they only give you one option. So the first is just going to be the Smash ability. So that's going to unlock that. The next is going to increase the recharge speed by 25%, which is always good. And the next will be increasing the force damage by 20%. Now for rank 4, I went with the biotic combo. So it adds a biotic effect to the target that can be detonated, increasing the damage by 30%. So what happens is when my Lash hits the ground, it creates a biotic explosion pretty much. The other option you could spec into would be an electrical detonation. Increase the damage by an additional 50% for 7.5 seconds. So pretty much they're going to remain electrocuted for 7.5 seconds. This way, with the biotic combo, it's creating just increased biotic detonation, which I liked, and that's how I rolled with it. Rank 5, increase the force and damage done by this. So the force is going to be when it smacks the ground, that's going to be the overall force of it, and then it'll also be increasing the damage by 40%. And last but not least, I increased the effectiveness against armor and barriers. And the reason I did that is because when you get into higher rounds of this multiplayer game type, you're going to be coming across enemies that will ultimately have a lot of shields and a lot of barriers. The nice thing about this is it just eats away at those shields and barriers really, really fast. So that's Smash. The next thing I have is Lash, and kind of how you start out with this. It's obviously going to give you the ability to pretty much, it's going to latch onto the enemy and pull them towards you. The recharge speed increased by 25% in rank 2, rank 3 increasing the damage by 20%. So rank 4, instead of increasing the damage of biotic detonations, what I went with, I increased the damage by another 30%. Now this move I use a lot to pretty much pull an enemy towards me so I can smash them from that point. It also does a lot of damage in the wake. So the rank 5 I went damage over time, so it does an additional 100% damage over 10 seconds. So when you lash onto that guy and you rip him towards you, it's not only is it going to be hurting them with just the effect of the move, it's also going to be hurting them for another 100% over 10 seconds, obviously. And then penetrate through shields and barriers, lifting targets without armor but with reduced force. So the nice thing I like about this specific ability, so you come across enemies that are going to be having shields, like physical shields, that you can rip that shield off of them and kill them that much faster. Plus, as you can see down below, my damage is maxed out and the force is maxed out. What the force is when I yank them, how far they're going to fly and how much damage they're going to take. So if they hit anything on the way from where they're at to me, they're taking damage anytime they hit anything else. So that's awesome. The Singularity, I did not max this out. I spec'd into it unwillingly. I didn't really know the class that well, but it worked out okay. So pretty much it's going to create almost like a whirlpool effect that's going to hang enemies in the balance. They can't do anything, they're immobilized, increasing the recharge speed there, the hold duration by 20% and the impact radius. So it's going to be a bigger, I guess we'll call it a black hole, a singularity if you will, and it'll increase the hold that it will hold the enemies by 20%. And the last I spec'd into it was increasing the hold duration by another 30%, and more than one enemy can be lifted by the Singularity. So that's how I have that played out. Now Phoenix training, like I said, this is going to be basically you're going to be boosting your stats. So more power, more damage, power damage, more weapon damage, more strength. Same with the increased weapon damage. I don't really use my weapons a whole lot, but I will break that down for you with this class here in a second. Rank 3, increase the damage and force bonuses by 10%. So all of my biotic abilities, the damage is increased by that much more, by an extra 10%. I did the same thing down here. So damage and force by another 10%, and my weight capacity bonus by 20%. And I'll kind of get into what the weight capacity bonus does. And on my rank 5, I went with power damage, so it's going to increase my power damage and force again by another 15%. So how I have this guy spec'd out is going to be pretty much, I'm using all of my abilities to increase my biotic weapons, so my smash and my lash and my singularity, and that's kind of how I'm rolling with this guy. I'm not worrying too much about weapons. I'm basically putting all of my my stock into his biotics. Alright, and so we are going to get into the weapons that I'm using. I only use one weapon on most of my characters, just kind of depending. So right here it says, right in the middle it says weight, power, recharge speed. So by me having, this character only has a pistol, because I want my recharge speed to be as fast as possible. And what that means is my biotic abilities are going to recharge that much faster the less weight I'm carrying. So if we change this, we'll just go here. Let's say we want to throw on any one of these. This is a new weapon I just got. So it's not that heavy, but it's taking my recharge speed to a positive 61%, which isn't bad, but I want to be able to use my biotics as fast as possible. That's why I only have the one weapon on there. So I see some people roll with an assault rifle and a sniper rifle. Let's just see what that does to my capacity. So right here I have one of each, and it's going to absolutely crush my biotic ability, the recharge speed. So it's going to hamper that whole process that I've spent so much time into building. Adding these weapons pretty much hinders my ability to use them the way I want to be using them. So that is why I only roll pretty much either with a pistol or a submachine gun. I like this pistol here because it keeps me at 200%, damage is still pretty decent, and I have an accuracy mod for it. So that's how we're rolling with that class. And I hope you guys enjoyed the Adept breakdown from I Am Viking. I will be doing a breakdown of the classes that I really enjoy, kind of show you how I'm playing those out, and we will see you on that next episode. I appreciate you guys watching, and stay tuned for more. I Am Viking out.